Out towards Ardnamurchan, tucked away in the conifers of Glen Hurich, lies Resourie, and this is your beginner's guide to Resourie Bothy. The what three words for your start point are spenders, portfolio, thick. You'll walk to the left away from the house, past a collapsing barn, and take the left before the bridge to turn up a forestry road which should still have its signpost which says to the Bothy. From there you have a steady 2-mile walk up the road past a Scottish Rights of Way sign. Now, the Bothy Bible says to keep a close lookout after the Rights of Way sign, but that's a little bit of a red herring. Just keep heading up the road until you see the metal flashing on a tree and a small cairn which will mark your turn off into the woods to your right. After crossing a small burn, you'll follow the path into the gloom of the woods, but it's only a short walk now till you get to the small clearing where you'll find the Bothy. The Bothy was originally built to house a shepherd and his family around about 1850, and the name Resourie probably refers to a settlement that was once in the area prior to the Claims. The Bothy is a classic button ben and it has 2 main rooms with 1 small cubby room as well. The cubby room has a sleeping platform and the 2 main rooms have bunk bed style platforms.
These ones are really well proportioned. There's plenty of room to sit back, nice and wide, like so. There's definitely, these are for 2 people, so you can easily have one person one in, one at the other. There's plenty of room for your bags. I am 6 foot and it is plenty of room up here. It sounds daft, but even though it's just plywood, it was actually quite comfortable. Now I'm in the cubby hole room. This one would kind of do for 2 if they were a couple. It is very cozy. It does have a little desk in here as well. There's maybe a bit more privacy. It's the only one without any fireplace. In terms of length, I'm 6 foot and, well, my boots maybe give me 6'1", but it is, I am touching both sides, just. And the window right outside, it goes to a track around the back of the Bothy. And so, you know, if you have any horror film fears of someone just sitting there at the window watching you sleep, maybe not this one, but actually quite a nice wee room.
And finally to the right hand room in the Bothy.
This room has its own fireplace, so the other one had a dowling stove. This one has an open fireplace. There is a fire guard there. Also has this little pot stand, I think it's called a sweet. But pretty handy actually, just to hang your pot over and you can kind of not worry about it too much. I like that quite a lot. As well as some grill things up on the wall too. It's, yeah. I didn't stay in this room. However, the bed setup is the same. It's slightly less long. But again, 2 people to the bunk bed, and it's not as intimate as the cubby hole, so it's another good option.
There's an abundance of streams around the Bothy for water, and I opted for the one 30 yards to the right of the Bothy as you're leaving it, past the first stream to the slightly larger second one, and taking care to take water upstream of the Bothy. Again, I drank straight from source, but if you're in any way unsure, you can boil the water first or bring some purification method. The Bothy is surrounded by wood, and most of it is living wood, so it should not be cut. There's a lot of fallen branches around the woods and standing dead trees, particularly by the river, which are fine, but be smart and please leave living trees be. There are 2 chopping blocks outside, 2 bow saws and a small shelter for firewood. Sawing inside can damage the benches and chopping inside can smash the hearthstones, so you're asked to perform these activities outside. This bothy has one of the most informative notice boards that I've come across. It has information on local routes, water and washing up guidance, and advice on use of the dowling stove. Then there's the Resourie library, which has some well-thumbed books in there, and if you have any you'd wish to donate, you should bring them along, but they do ask you not to take any away. A final thing to point out is that you are in the middle of a forest, and this bothy is prone to the odd woodland visitor, which is yet another reason to make sure you take your rubbish out with you. This wood mouse was not at all bothered by my presence, and was probably wondering why I was in his house. Resourie is a lovely wee find. There are some nice woodland wanders to be had, plenty of firewood, and it's an excellent place for a more relaxing bothy trip. With a fire on, candles lit, and a book in my hand, I certainly found myself loving the experience and would be delighted to come back again in the summer. The bothy is well maintained by the Mountain Bothy Association, and credit must go to the maintenance officer for doing such an amazing job. Please follow the Bothy code when visiting, and for more information on this, please see the link in the description to the Mountain Bothy Association. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and a big thank you to those who have liked and subscribed in recent weeks. Take care, and see you soon.